Video of a wrong-way crash. Next.
Live with local coverage you can count on. This is CBS 42 News at 10.
Breaking tonight in Montgomery, the long-debated abortion ban bill passes the Senate and is now headed to Governor Ivey's desk. Good evening. I'm Sherry Jackson.
I'm Jack Royer. Lawmakers debated for several hours tonight before making a decision late this evening with no amendments added. CBS 42 State Capitol reporter Rashad Hudson starting us off tonight with what comes next.
After relentless efforts and vigorous debate, Alabama passes one of the toughest abortion ban bills in the country. This bill bans abortions at every stage of the pregnancy.
Because you didn't protect them in your bill from incest nor rape. It's gonna happen.
Senators rejected an amendment that would have made abortions legal in the case of rape or incest. The amendment was brought by Democratic Senator Bobby Singleton.
But you're leaving all the unintended consequences on the table. You want them to happen.
Lawmakers say the goal is to get the bill to the Supreme Court as a direct challenge to Roe v. Wade.
When they made that decision in 1973, 46 years ago, there's a lot that we know now that we didn't know then. There's a lot of technology that we have now that we didn't have then.
Republican Senator Claude Chambliss is carrying the bill in the Senate. Senator Cam Ward voted in favor of the amendment.
I heard from a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old who were raped by a relative, and I would say the personal tragedy they went through is more important than the legal arguments.
The bill bans abortions at every stage of the pregnancy and makes it a felony for a doctor to perform one. Next, the bill heads to the governor's desk, and I'm told that she won't be signing it tonight. Reporting in Montgomery, Rashad Hudson, CBS 42 News, local coverage you can count on.
And just feet away from where Rashad is outside the State House, where that controversial bill was being debated, a group of protesters gathered to oppose the passage of that piece of legislation. The protest was organized by Powerhouse, the Yellowhammer Fund, and the ACLU of Alabama. About 50 people gathering there on the State House steps. They say they aren't going anywhere and say the law is blatantly unconstitutional and a waste of taxpayer money. The organizers said they think abortion rights are also about women's privacy and said they'll continue fighting this law.
The near total abortion ban passed by the Alabama legislature tonight is unlike any other heartbeat bills that have passed in a few other states over the last several months. This new measure passed in Alabama is considered the most restrictive in the country, and it's expected to be challenged in the courts. CBS 42 News reporter Malik Rankin joins us now with what hasn't happened in other states where these similar abortion bills passed. Malik?
Thanks, Jack and Sherry. Last week, Georgia became the 6th state to enact a bill banning abortion after 6 weeks when a heartbeat can be detected. None of those states' laws are currently in effect because they are facing extensive legal challenges. With a solid conservative majority on the Supreme Court, many pro-abortion rights advocates believe these state laws could one day be used to overturn Roe v. Wade. Maya Raven works with the only abortion clinic in Montgomery.
No, we've been here 40 years and we'll have another 40 years. You can't pass unconstitutional legislation to try to shut us down. Don't think that just because, this is happening in the South, we expect this out of Alabama. You could be next, and you probably will be next.
The closest abortion clinic in a state that hasn't taken steps to ban them is in Gainesville, Florida, just over 7 hours from Birmingham. Live in Birmingham, I'm Malik Rankin, CBS 42, local coverage you can count on.
Malik, thank you. Now, since the bill passed, the National Abortion Federation and the ACLU of Alabama have released some statements about lawmakers' decisions. You can read those statements right now on CBS42.com.